Here we go. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Get into your comfortable seat and just take a deep breath. I thought that a good symbol to use for this week is the lotus blossom. And that's because the lotus, Padma, is a symbol of enlightenment. It's more importantly a symbol of going from extreme challenge into the light. And I will explain that to you. So the lotus is conceived in the mud at the bottom of a murky pond. And its seeds and its flower makes its way through the mud up to the top of the pond, where it opens up into this beautiful, pristine flower, soaking up the sun. At night, it closes its petals when the sun goes down, and every morning, it welcomes the sun with these beautiful pink, sometimes white petals. It's also a symbol of purity of heart. So I like, though, the analogy of us coming up out of all the horrors of the last several months and even years into a whole new era of hope and light. So we're going to start by bringing our forearms together and our hands together. You're going to keep your fingertips pressed against each other, but you're going to bend your knuckles, your big knuckles. And this is the lotus bud. And you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to exhale. On your next in-breath, you're going to open up the petals of the lotus by keeping your thumb and your pinkies together and opening up your other fingers into petals, into the lotus flower. You're going to inhale, and then you're going to exhale, send that flower out your back, curling behind you in a cat back. You're going to inhale, bring that lotus to your heart. Exhale, send it out to the world. Inhale to your heart. Exhale. This time when you come in, bring the bud into your heart. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, the prayer pose, the prayer mudra. So a mudra, its exact translation is seal, S-E-A-L, or imprint, and it is their gestures that actually, so their gesture is the better way to put it. They change the meaning of your poses, but they also help to heal. There are mudras that are meant, you know, like you do acupuncture or other things. So there are mudras that help you with blood flow and so on. So come to sit in your easy seat. And we're going to start working on our neck to letting go, starting from the top. Inhale and then exhale your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to center. So you probably noticed the strain on the side of your neck. So we're going to do that again and see if we can loosen it. Inhale, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Drop your shoulder so your ear has a little bit farther to go. And feel the tightness on the left side of your neck. Breathe into it and exhale, let it go. Breathe into it deeply, exhale, let it go. Breathe in deeply, exhale, let it go. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Feel that stretch on the right side of your neck. Breathe into it. Inhale. Big inhale, exhale, slow, long. Exhale, breathing into that spot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Bring your head to neutral. In addition to opening up our neck, what we are doing is trying to relieve some of the tension that we hold in our neck. So turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Just looking over it. Turn to center. Inhale, exhale, look over your left shoulder. Turn to center. Inhale, send your nose to the sky. Inhale, exhale, your chin to your chest. Inhale your head back to neutral. Shake your head, yes. Come to neutral, shake your head, no. Come to neutral. You're going to send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And then go the opposite way. You're going to bring your fingers onto your shoulders. And then lift your elbows. You're going to bring your right hand to your back, onto your back, the nape of your neck, and let your right elbow point upward. You're going to release your left arm and bring it on to your right elbow. And you're going to make circles with that elbow. So it's not your elbow that's moving, it's your hand that's making the circles. So your left hand is doing the work. But at the same time, you are loosening up your shoulder joint. And then pause. Bring both hands back down on your shoulders. Send your left elbow up to the sky. Your hand comes to the nape of your neck. Right arm lifts up, takes left elbow, and make circles. And pause and release your arms. All right. So let's make circles with our waist now, from our waist all the way back, actually from your hips. So you can go as far forward as you like to the back, or as far back as you wish, or you can make little circles, whatever your body says is okay to do today. And the next time you're pointing forward, you're going to pause, take a breath, and then go the other way. And then next time you're facing center, pause and come up to a neutral spine. All right. So let's do a little lateral stretching. If your legs are getting tired, by all means, change the crossing of your legs at any time. You can also stretch your legs straight out if keeping them crossed is uncomfortable. You can still do this lateral stretch, sending your right arm away from your right hip, bending your right elbow, bringing your left arm alongside your left ear, your fingers moving away. Inhale, and on an exhale, push yourself up to center. Other side, left hand moves away. Bend your elbow. Right arm alongside right ear, and stretch. Feel your side body stretching. Work to keep both hips flat on the mat. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring your hands down alongside your hips. Inhale, and then exhale, turn in the direction of your right knee, and then keep going and put your left hand on your right knee. Your right arm is back behind your hip for support. You're looking over your right shoulder. When you inhale, feel your spine getting taller. When you exhale and empty a breath, twist a little bit more. Inhale, and on your next exhale, you're going to go all the way around to the other side. So right hand on left knee, left arm for support behind you. You're looking over your left shoulder. Same thing here. Lengthen on the inhale, twist after the exhale. Inhale back to center. Okay, now send your legs out in front of you, shake them out. And rotate your leg. Right, good. All right. So we're going to come on our back just for a little bit. And the reason is we're going to do a lotus pose from here. Send your arms straight out in front of you. And very slowly make your way on to your back and try to use your abs to hold yourself up when you get lower. When you get lower, and if you feel you're going to hit the mat, then bring your forearms down to prevent that. Okay, good. All right, so a couple of things before we're going to do a lotus pose, Padmasana on our backs. Supta Padmasana, that means supine. But first, we're going to do a little bit more warming up of our legs. So bring your knees into your chest and hug them. Release your left knee and bring your hands interlaced around your right shin, actually, your shin. And then you're going to stretch your left leg straight out along the mat, and you're going to hover it so that it's not touching the mat. It's an inch or two away from the mat. On an exhale, you're going to bring that knee back in. You're going to shift the holding of your knee. So you're shifting your interlaced hands to your left leg, and you will stretch out your right leg. Same thing. And when you stretch it out, think about your leg is hovering, but think about standing on the wall that's opposite your foot. So you want to push that foot away, your flexed foot away. You're lengthening your leg by doing that. Now bring your right leg in, switch hands on your right leg, extend your left. Inhale, exhale, bring your left in, extend your right. Inhale, exhale, bring your right in, extend your left. Inhale, bring both legs in, hug both legs and roll a little from side to side. So now you're going to release your legs. You're going to send your right leg up to the sky as if you were standing on the ceiling. Bring your left foot to the mat and extend it along the mat. So your left leg is long on the mat. Your right leg is reaching for the ceiling. Your arms straight out to the sides. And you're going to make little circles with your right leg. Just circles. And you can make big circles or little circles. It doesn't matter. Whatever is best for your leg. And this helps to, once again, open up your hip and soften that ball joint. Warm up the synovial fluids and then pause and go the other way. And you can stop at any time. That's a rule in yoga. You stop when you need to stop. And then bring your leg directly over your hip, foot flexed. And then bend your knee, bring it down to the mat. Extend your right leg, lift your left leg up. And you know what we're going to do now, same thing we did on the other side. So make your circles, any size circles. And that always depends on your range, you know. So just do what your body says is okay. Then pause and go the other way. And then pause and bring your foot to the mat. Bring both feet to the mat. So now we're ready for our lotus. All right. So I want you to watch me first. So come up a little bit so that you can see me. You know, just come up on your forearms maybe to see me. So the first thing we're going to bring, if you were in my class last night, I don't think any of you were. We did this, and you could do it with me if you know where I'm going. But bring your knees into your chest, right? And then you're going to keep your knees where they are, and you're going to open them away from each other a little bit. I'm sorry, not leave them where they are, open them up. Confusing. Now you're going to leave them where they are and lift your foot to the ceiling. So you have sort of a right angle here, kind of a little obtuse angle. And then the other one, same thing. Sort of a right angle. Then you're going to bring your hands, your arms inside. You're going to wrap your hand around your ankle, both ankles. Right, so your hands are coming inside your legs, wrapping around your ankle, touching your foot even, or just to your ankle. All right. And then you're going to bring your feet a little closer together, lower your shins. Yeah, lower them so that your hands can be free. So you notice when you lower your shins, your hands can blossom. So now what you will do to open up this lotus flower is you're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, lift your head and your shoulders as much as possible to create the lotus flower. Nice, huh? All right, let's do it together. Bring your knees into your chest. Open them apart. Keep your knees where they are, your soles of your feet to the ceiling. Bring your arms inside your legs. Wrap your hands, your arms around your shins to touch your ankles. Then lower your shins. Lift your hands, fingers to the sky. Inhale, and on an exhale, lift your head and your shoulders. Bring your head and shoulders back down. Release your arms, release your legs. All right. You're going to send your knees to one side, any side, your arm over to one side, pushing in with your arm to help you come back up to sit. All right, good. All right. And then you're going to make your way onto hands and knees. Coming onto all fours. Yeah. So when you're in table pose, which is what this is, you want a nice flat back. So the reason it's called table Bharasana is because you need a long, straight spine. You could use it as a table. Your wrists are under your shoulders for support. Your arms are rotated out so that you can't cave in. Your knees are under your hips. So we're going to do some cats and dogs here. On an inhale, you're going to curl your spine towards the mat. Your heart is moving between your arms. In that direction, it won't ever quite get there. On an exhale, you're going to arch your spine to the ceiling. Inhale to your dog spine. While we're here, stay in your dog spine and wag your tail. Come to center. Exhale to cat. Inhale to dog. Exhale to cat. Inhale. To cat. And then send your hips to your heels. Keep your arms lengthened straight out in front of you, the palms of your hands on the mat. You're going to look between your hands, going to lift your hips, come onto your knees, and bring your heart this time actually between your arms. Lengthen your legs behind you. Push into the mat with your hands. Use your abdominal muscles to keep you from sagging, right? Inhale, and then on an exhale, send your hips to your heels. They're not going to touch. And when you get as far as you can, you're going to come right back up on an inhale. Inhale, exhale, send your hips to your heels. And this time we're going to rest for a few breaths in child's pose. And in child's pose, you know, your knees can be far separated from each other so that you have space in between for your chest to come down, or you can use your thighs as a shelf to bring your chest on top of it. Depends on your knees. It depends on your flexibility. When you're with your knees far apart, that's a more restorative pose. Being able to come down inside your legs. They're both Great, but it's up to you and your body as to which works best for you. Okay, you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders, straight arms. And you're going to send your hands all the way out to the front of the mat, all the way out forward. You're going to lift your hips, but this time when you come forward and lengthen your legs, you're going to make circles with your hips. You can make your circles as big as you like or as little as you like. Once again, check in with your body, give your body a little bit of a push, but you don't ever push over that edge, right? Next time you're facing forward, pause, take a breath, go the other way. And then come forward and pause here, right? So you're going to bend your right knee, bend your left knee, bring both of them down. Now, if you have knee issues, you might not want to do this. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee, cross your ankles like a little tail, like you have your tail in your dog. Release the cross. Bring your knees down, bring your hips back towards your heels. Slide your hands towards your knees and come to stand on your knees. Right. Take a breath. Okay, good. So if you have blocks, you can use blocks, or you can put your hands onto the mat. We're going to step our right foot forward. So if you feel that you need something for balance, you can do that. So you'd go like that, bring your leg forward, and come back up to stand. Then walk your foot away a little bit more. So right now, your left hip is over your left knee, and your right hip is in line with that knee, even though you walked your foot away. You're going to bring your hands to the back of your hips, the heel of your hands to your back waist, your fingers pointing down like your sits bones. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, bring your hips forward. Inhale, back up, straighten your leg. Inhale, exhale, forward. So notice you might feel a stretch in your left quad muscles, quadriceps, when your hips are forward, and that's the purpose of this. And when you come back with a straight leg, you're stretching your hamstring muscles, your back thigh muscles. Inhaling and then exhaling, coming forward. Bring your hands inside your leg, down onto the mat. Bring your knee back where you found it. Okay. We're going to do the other side. So your call, you can bring your hands down and step forward, or you can just step forward. Right. Heels of your hands to your back waist. And the purpose of this is to try and keep your spine elongated. We don't want to curl when we are moving our hips forward. Because we want to try and keep our spine elongated as much as possible. All right, so here we go. Walk your left foot away. Inhale, exhale, slide your hips forward. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, slide forward. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your hands inside the mat or just bring your leg back to meet the other one, knees to knee. All right, good. So this is like a perfect time to come to stand, right? Use my thigh as a lever there. So our lotus flower made its way up through all kinds of muck, right? To come up into these beautiful flowers. In order to do that, we need to energize our inner warrior, right? And our outer warriors too, okay? So first, Tadasana, the mountain pose. Your feet pushed into the mat, crown of your head reaching for the heavens. Your feet's really rooted in the earth is what I should have said. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side. Bring your belly towards your spine to help lift your ribs up a little bit more. Crown of your head gets higher. Like a majestic mountain. Important pose in yoga. Inhale, gather all that energy from the sun. Exhale, bring it down to your heart. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. All right. So now you're going to come to the front of your mat. You might already be there. And you're going to come onto the ball of your right foot, step it back. Right. Now take the time to get your balance and to notice where your feet are. You want them in separate tracks. Walk your left foot away because you do not, in a weight-bearing pose, you do not want your knee to go like that. That is not good for your knee. It's not good because you're holding your weight up. You don't want to do that to your knee. So make sure it's either over your ankle or behind your ankle, but never forward of it. So you also want to swivel your hips so that they're kind of in line with the short edge of your mat. And I say kind of because of the angle of your back leg. Your foot is on a bit of an angle back there when you step back. So your hips can never really be perfectly square, but get them as far as you can forward. You're going to come forward in a flat back. And a flat back means from your sits bones to the crown of your head is one straight line. You get as far as you can. Now, you may not come down as far as I just came. The most important thing is to keep that straight line. You're going to come forward, come as far as you can with that straight spine. If you can come all the way and over your thigh, that's great, but not necessary. Arms stream alongside your hips. And warrior one was born out of the earth, so you're going to sweep your arms up and come up into warrior one. Open up your heart, giving thanks. Then bring your hands into a prayer before battle. And you can look forward, and when you look forward, it's easier to maintain balance, or you can try, pushing the edge a little bit and looking up at your prayer. Then bring your prayer to your heart. Send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers into Yoga Mudra. Straighten your arms, knuckles towards the mat to open up your heart. Brave heart. Inhale, exhale, come forward. as far as you comfortably can. One more time, inhale, and then you could stay right here, or inhale, exhale, and come inside your leg for a humble, devotional warrior. Push your feet into the mat, let your knuckles lead you back up. Release your arms, step forward. Okay, other side. Send your left leg back. Okay, same thing. Check your legs, position, your hips, your shoulders should be square. Even if I did not say this on the other side, but even if your hips can't come full square, your shoulders can. You know, we have this nice lumbar spine that allows us to do that. Right. Remember your knee over your ankle. You're going to come forward to a flat back, any amount. Arms streaming alongside your hips, and bring that warrior up from the earth. The victory mudra. And we use this every day, don't we, to say victory, you know, after you win a game, yay. So this is the warrior. Bring your hands to a prayer. Look up at your prayer, maybe, or maybe not. Look forward. Send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Yoga mudra. This is called yoga mudra. Back behind you. Straighten your arms. Open your heart. Brave heart. Brave warrior. Humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, come forward, bowing down with a flat back. Stay here, or inhale, exhale once more to come inside your leg a little bit more. Maybe not. It's any one of these options are fine. Push your feet into the mat to help you with your balance. Let your knuckles lead you up. Release your arms. Step forward. Okay. So you're going to, if you cannot see me by coming to the long edge of your mat, you could turn and look. Then perhaps if you will not slide, I don't want you to slide. The reason for the sticky mat is to keep your legs from sliding. So you could take a moment to turn your mat around, or you can step off your mat. But what we're going to do is step into a wide-legged stance, feet pointing forward, same direction as your nose. You're going to send your right toes over to the right. You're going to send your left heel slightly, just ever so slightly. You want to always keep your toes in line with your knee. Another important thing for healthy knees. Yeah. You want to level your hips a little bit. You want to bend your knee. Bend your knee with your knee over your ankle. Remember, it's the same thing here, weight-bearing pose. So I'm walking my foot away so that I don't go forward of my ankle. Square your shoulders to the long edge of your mat if that's where you are, or to either edge of the mat, wherever you're standing on. Because you can't, once again, you can't send your hips all the way, because we want to also keep this bent leg in alignment, knee with middle toe. We don't want it to collapse in. That's very important. So keep it nice and straight. But you can square your shoulders. Send your arms straight out in the letter T, or in a T shape. Turn to look over your right fingers. So this is warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, who is sizing up the battle, looking through the lens, determining, developing a strategy. You're going to turn your palms outward. You're going to send your left hand to your right hand. You're going to make a fist with your left hand. You're going to pull on your bow and let it go. Let the arrow go. Inhale, exhale, bring your left hand to your palm. Take hold of the string. Pull your bow, let it go. Release your arms, turn your feet forward, both of them forward. We're going to switch immediately to the other side. So now your left leg turns. Yeah. Strong back leg, knee over ankle or behind it. Square your shoulders, very important. Again, square your shoulders. Arms straight out to the side, knee over middle toe. Feel the power of this warrior. I love this pose. Look over your left hand. It's a very elegant pose, but it's extremely powerful. I can feel the power of this warrior too. Palms facing out, send your right arm to your left. Pull on the bow, bring it all the way back, let it go. Again. Pull. To make that fist, pull it back, let it go. Release your hands, bring your feet. Again, stay with your wide legs for a moment, looking at the time, and heel toe your feet a little closer together, right? And you're going to put your hands on your pelvis, right? And your hip creases here. When we bend, when we forward fold, when we do any folding, any bending, we want to do it from here, not from here. You want to keep your pelvis in line with your spine so it's nice and long. So when you hold on to your pelvis and you allow it to bend at your hip creases, you want to treat the rest of your torso and then all the way up to the crown of your head as one piece, one long piece, so that you could come down in that flat back. Bend your knees. Bend your knees to allow you to bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Push your feet into the mat, send your arms straight out like wings, and push into the mat and come all the way up. Bring your arms up over your head into a prayer, and bring your hands down to your hearts. Bring your Anjali Mudra here into a lotus bud, and then open up your lotus flower and send it out. And then bring it back as a prayer. Walk your feet together. Release your arms. Bring your chin to your chest. Roll your shoulders. Bend your knees deeply. Remember, bend at the hip creasers and come all the way down to the mat. Right, so when we get down, come to sit with long legs out in front of you to Dandasana. And you're going to very slowly come down, only this time the palms of your hands are on the mat, and come down onto your forearms. And then slide your forearms and make it slow. Make it slow. Make it nice and slow. And come all the way down onto your mat. When you get there, place the soles of your feet on the mat. You're going to bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side to massage your back. Take both knees into your hands, so one hand on each knee, and make circles, massaging your hips. And go the other way with your circles. And then come back with your knees into your chest. And then bring your feet down to the mat, and we're going to do an inversion here to fully cool off. And if you have a block or a pillow, you want to lift your hips or a blanket and slide it underneath. You want it to be below your waist so that your sacrum, that's the piece that holds your two pelvic bones together, is comfortably on that blanket or pillow or block. Then send one leg up to the sky. Send the other leg. Arms straight out from your shoulders. Let your legs relax, but let them stay up, pointing to the sky. Draining the excess fluids from your legs, improving your blood flow. Ever so gently slowing your heart rates, like it does when you're getting ready for sleep. Allow your body to work for you, to help you heal. And you can come out of this at any time. Couple more breaths. And bend your knees, soles of your feet to the mat. If you have anything underneath your hips, lift them, push into the mat, remove it, and send one leg out and then the other. Arms alongside your body. Your arms are rotated. Your hands are cupped like two lotus blossoms. Let your legs fall naturally. Feel your whole back body sinking into gravity. Let it get one with the earth. Connect with the earth, your mother home. Shavasana helps your whole body to reset, to renew, to assimilate all of the energy you've just generated. Deepen your breath. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you for a big, long, full body stretch. And then bend your knees, bring them into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Come to center, release your arms, roll over onto your left side, coming into a fetal position. Your left side is your moon side, your right side is your sun side. So you are exposing the sun side of your body to prepare you for the day ahead. In this fetal position is a symbol of rebirth, renewal, new beginnings. Whenever you're ready, come up to sit. If you are joining me for a meditation, come to a comfortable seat, one you can stay in for about 10 minutes. If you're in a chair, your feet should be flat on the ground. And we will continue with the theme of the lotus, of moving from darkness into the light. So close your eyes and focus on your breath, your natural breath. Don't change it in any way. Let it be, but follow it. If ever during meditation you are distracted, acknowledge whatever it is that interfered, let it go, and come back to your breath. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. And imagine yourself outdoors on a beautiful day, and you approach a pond, a very large pond, and you are invited to take the journey from its conception to its fullness. You are completely safe here, but you can see all the way down to the bottom of the pond, to the mud at the base of the pond. To the place where that lotus was planted, where the seed was buried deep beneath the mud. And you'll notice how it begins to grow, how it pushes its little head, this little stem, out of the mud, shaking it off. And it begins its journey up through the murky waters. But it's not easy. There's algae, there's all kinds of creatures that might harm it. It is impossible to see. It's in darkness in order to make its way upward. It must thicken its stem, make it strong, for it's going on a long journey upward. And it does this on faith, purely on faith, because it cannot see above this murky water. But it is not discouraged. It uses its bud-like head to spear through the waters. And it continues and it continues, and the waters start to get lighter. It will not give up, no matter what comes its way. It only gets stronger, thickening its stem, this beautiful stalk that comes all the way up and pierces through the surface of the water. And there, in wait for it, are these lily pads inviting the lotus to rest. And the lotus comes through these pads all the way up, feeling the sunlight on its head. And as it comes up even more, it uses these lily pads as a throne. And it sits gently on top. And as the sun rises and shines overhead, it opens its petals into a pristine, beautiful flower. It opens up to the light. It soaks in the light and it sees the beauty that's around it. It sees this new beautiful world and knows that its journey was worth all of the struggle. It knows now that the light is there. The light is inside of it. And it flourishes with all of its family all around it. But as nighttime falls, as the sun begins to set, the lotus closes its petals back up out of respect, but holding that light inside of it, holding that light, feeling it, and waiting for daybreak. And when daybreak begins, it starts very slowly to open up again to the light. And it continues to open into the full, beautiful lotus flower. Once again, soaking up that light, all the knowledge of the world, the energy of the light that makes it strong, that brought it to the surface. And it sits on its throne in majesty. And invites you to gaze upon its beauty. And you can feel this light in you now, remembering the journeys you've had to endure, the pain you have had to feel. As part of your journey into knowledge, into the light. Bring your attention to your heart center, feeling that light shining inside of you. Feel it spreading all throughout your body and glowing outside your body like a new lotus flower. Feel the energy. Feel the promise of the light as we journey into a new year, letting go of the past, letting go of that which tried to drag us down, so that we may lift our heads up above the murky waters and thrive in the power of the light, the sun, and the whole world around us. Bring your attention back to your breath. And bring your hands to your heart and open them up into the lotus. And as you begin your day, enjoy all of the light. Namaste. Thank you so much.